My five habits, that changed my English forever. Dear friends, whatever I'm going to tell you in this video is honest, and I'm going to tell you what exactly I did, how I changed my English communication. My five habits changed my English communication and my confidence. These habits I developed in the last 15 to 20 years, and these habits have helped me to be a better communicator. So if you can develop these habits, definitely no doubt about that, you can be a good communicator. No, not in 2 and 3 months. It may take months, maybe 2, 3, or 4 years also. If you are ready for that, if you want authentic content, if you want true content, if you believe in hard work, discipline, consistency, focus, then you can watch this video. If you believe that language develops naturally without grammar, this video is for you. So let me start. First habit, let me say, understand, before telling about the habits, let me tell you one thing. It's very simple. Your habits develop your language. Your habits and not your grammar. If you think that your grammar develops your language, then every grammar teacher who was teaching grammar could have been very fluent in English. And you know, like my grammar teacher, I'm from Marathi medium school. My grammar teacher was teaching excellent grammar, but she was not able to speak. I mean, I had two teachers. One was a lady up to 5th standard, that was a man. So both of my teachers, I mean, they were not good in speaking, they were excellent in teaching grammar. So you have to change your habits, and only then your English is going to change. First and most important habit, let me come to the point, I changed was my speaking habit. I made a big change in my speaking, let me tell you. I started speaking in chunks, C-H-U-N-K-S, chunks. Many of you have this problem, right? You can't speak continuously for more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And after 5 minutes or after 10 minutes, you feel like your English is finished. You end up with the vocabulary and then you get stuck and then you don't have that ammunition of English and you are finished with. If this is the same problem with you, then I will tell you, speak in chunks. I'll tell you what I did. I was working as a lecturer. So I would start my sessions with English for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and I was very mindful about that. Most of us, what we do is we start English and then we slowly divert to our regional language. That was happening with me, but slowly I started increasing. I started speaking for 3 minutes, then 4 minutes. This was like 2003, 2004. I was not good in English at that time, even though I was not good. I was speaking in English with my students, and slowly, I shifted from 2 minutes to 3 minutes, 3 minutes to 4 minutes, and then 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes. And then I was taking the entire 1 hour session in English. But this happened after 2 to 3 years. Listen to me, okay? Initially, I started with 2 minutes and 3 minutes, but then I increased my time span and then I started speaking for 1 hour. Another change I did in my habit is I started speaking most of the time, wherever possible, with whomever possible. I started speaking in English because I was teaching in lecture, I mean in class, there was technical English. I'm a mechanical engineer, I was teaching mechanical engineering subjects. General English was a problem with me. So I started finding speaking partners with me around. Whoever was there, whoever was good in English, I would request that person that, come on, let us speak in English. Everyone did not support, but few supported me. And the important person who supported me was my wife. She was also that hunger to learn, and that helped me a lot. I started speaking in English with my wife, I remember there was one student who was better than me in English, and I said to him without hesitation that we will speak in English. He was better than me. He was from Mumbai, actually. I was working in Kolhapur as a lecturer. And we started speaking. That made a big difference. I spoke to my wife. That made a big difference. So in a day, now I was talking 1 to 2 to 3 hours of English. That habit changed my English communication completely, 360 degrees. This is the habit which you have to change. Second change I did was I started reading. And I started reading in chunks. Again, not just reading, but I'll tell you how and what I was reading. As I said before, I was a teacher and I was reading all the mechanical subjects. I was teaching C, C++, which was part of mechanical engineering. They were these subjects. Plus I was teaching strength of materials and thermodynamics. But slowly I started reading interesting news from newspaper. I still remember I would go to my library and find out interesting news, and I would read them. That was what I was reading. I was reading interesting news from newspaper. But when to read, I was so busy. I started reading in time pockets. Time pockets, what was that? Whenever, I'll tell you, there was a lunch break, 2 to 2:45 in the afternoon. I would take my lunch in 15 to 20 minutes. Other professors, they would go and talk and do something else, go to canteen. I used to go to library. That is the big change I did in my habit. There was this nice gentleman, Mr. Mane sir. If you are listening, Mane sir, thank you for the support you have given me. I hope he is still there. This guy was very kind, and he would greet me and he would support me to read and books and newspapers, because I did not have money to buy books. Even newspaper also was difficult. I was struggling during those days. That 5 minutes I would read, that 10 minutes time I would read. I never wasted my time. Mobiles were not there. Thankfully, mobiles were not there. I would have that Nokia. Do you remember 1100 Guru, Samsung Guru, and all those phones were there. Therefore, I had nothing, no distractions around me. I would read and read. In my office, office in the sense it was just a table. In my table, and in the drawers, books, newspapers were all scattered around. So whenever I would finish my technical lecture notes, I would shut the notes, read. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I would read. That made a big difference. Now, after that, this podcast thing came into my mind. This came in 2005 actually. I told you the story 2003, 2002. In 2005, I realized that listening a podcast is very important because language develops from your ears. But during those days, podcast and smartphones and nothing was there. How to do that? I used to use computers for listening, desktop computers with headphones, and I would get something to listen, something I would listen in English, maybe news or BBC News and all that stuff. Then slowly, I don't remember, maybe 2007 or 8, I got an MP3 player and I started listening a podcast. That made a big difference. Whenever I would go for walking, jogging, cycling, I was cleaning my home and my bike, and all. I had a bike at that time. I would listen a lot. That made a huge change. Third habit. That was the third habit that changed my English communication, dear friends. Another habit I developed was maintaining a vocabulary journal. Even today also I have a lot of vocabulary notebooks which are full now. Full there. And even dates are there, 2006, 2004 dates are there. I've written down the vocabulary notes, how the word is used, how the sentence is formed, and I haven't used any Marathi language, only English language. And what I used to do is, I used to revise those vocabulary notebooks again and again. Today also I do that. My vocabulary problem solved. My vocabulary problem. I revise vocabulary notebook every single day, even today also. That was my fourth habit. Fifth habit, first and most important, I will say. It should not be fifth, it should be first. I stopped wasting my time and I started investing my time. That is what I did. I still remember my boss during those days, HOD, Mr. SB Patil. Very nice, kind guy. Unfortunately, he passed away because of cancer. If anyone is there watching this video, and if you are from that particular college, you will understand what I'm talking. Who is that person? One day he came and said to me, Mr. S.S. Patil. They would call me S.S. Patil. My name is Sandeep Patil, so they would call me S.S. Patil. You are very particular about your time. You don't waste a single minute, huh? Good. And he left. I don't waste my time. I don't waste my time. For me, time is everything. And that is what I did. That habit of not wasting my time changed my English forever. You can see how passionately I'm talking about this, because time is everything. Time is everything. I'm shooting this video. I have given my 10 to 15 minutes for you. Can I get this back? No? Then how can I waste my time watching useless videos and Instagram and all? Never do that. That changed my English communication and my confidence, because I never wasted my time, and all the time I saved, I invested in improving all the 4 habits which I already have told you. Hope guys, You got it. In this way, I have come here. I'm not saying that I'm the best, but I'm getting better day in and day out. And these habits are still there. These are the 5 habits that changed my English communication. As I said before, honest, and transparent videos. Honest, transparent videos from my personal experience. My age is 46 now. And all this journey started when I was like 22, 23, 24, after finishing my engineering. Therefore, I'm in a position to help you out. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Namaste. Thank you.